Good morning, Rabbi Isai. So good to be back. It was like, yeah, we got it. Wow. You know what? I want to tell you something. So let me tell you. Your is worth more to me than the live music band that the Israelis put here yesterday and they were dancing for 10 minutes. Your is that much better. The welcome is unbelievable. Yishkoyach. Thank you. It was difficult to be away. And I learned a trick from last time, because last time I got up at like 7:10. 3 alarms, that's the trick. 3 alarms, set 2 minutes from different devices, different places. That got me up. Okay. I saw a lot. I went to a lot of different, with Toronto, I don't even remember where I was, Monroe, Staten Island, Park City, Miami, I don't think I went this trip. A lot of different, saw a lot of people, a lot of things, it was crazy. On the flight back last night, I met Beloy Guzma, 10 people that are doing this year. They told me, like, each one came over and it was unbelievable. So it's great to be back though. This is Chaimai Dushinsky in Iceland. That's an Iceland suit, I guess. He's supposed to wear special. That's fine over there. My 3-year-old is now a dedicated follower of MDY. Thank you for your incredible work, YK. Check this out. Our boy says,
what do you want to do?
He wants to do the daf. All right. This is Chashev. We all know who Hunter is, the hockey kid with the long hair. Hunter made a scene a few weeks ago in Zvachim. It was in front of a group of mostly older men, and he said his takeaway from Zvachim was Pigel's man, that don't wait for gifts from Hashem to spoil, enjoy them now. He said, like thinking I will eat this meat at a bris, say a video shout out. Don't say I will learn when I retire. Don't say I will learn next week when I have time. Do that, but also make sure to learn today. Even if it's 10 minutes right before bed, that learning sometimes is the best learning. It was amazing to see what a 14-year-old takes away from the daf. Pigel's man is a chizuk, not a trauma. Don't miss opportunities. Chaperein today, says Sean. It's not about the daf. It's about the yomi. Refuah shleima to Sean. Ezra Amsalem, Dirabelli, thank you. I love this. I'm starting to see this. One of the big reasons I went to Monroe is because of this group called 365. And it's a group, it's a WhatsApp group that there's a chash of a guy there, Reb Shia, doesn't let me say his real name because then all his kids will get kicked out of the Moises over there. So Reb Shia, he has, I forgot how many guys in his group, but a lot. Let's say 50 Satmar Hasidim, and he's on top of them, and they love him, and they appreciate it. Like so many people came over to me and said, you don't understand what he does and how he did. And they got him a trip to come to Eretz Yisrael, and a whole thing. These groups are it's a big thing, these groups. So here's another group. Thank you for your wonderful shir. The Marshal, David Salmon, I said this, but I'm live now. He didn't want to come to the Shabbaton. So we forced him, we twisted his arm, and no. 2 days before, he said, okay, I'll come. He's been on fire. The guy's been on fire. He started a group, and now has 73 people in the group, mainly new people. He follows through with them, offered them a few earpods, whatever, but he has 73 people. He started 2 satellite locations in Miami, one in Knicks and one in North Miami Beach. He helped the guys in North Miami Beach. He's mamish on fire. He's mamish kedai to force him to come. Thank you for your wonderful shir that has given me life and meaning. This Shabbos I will be celebrating 900 daf Baruch Hashem. I have an accountability WhatsApp group with over 20 friends from Gimel Hey Yerushalayim that do. That's what it is. Yeah. Gimel and Hay is in Bet Shemesh, and Yerushalayim that do the daf every day. We call ourselves Dafaholics Anonymous. Over the years, I've been hosting a few siyum at my home. See picture attached. A few of us will try to attend Rebbe Shir today, Wednesday. Yeah, anybody from the group? So you are? I'm Salim. Shalom Aleichem. So when did you start this group? Half a year ago, and you have 20 guys. So do you nudge them? You're like gentle with them? A pole. That's it. That's the whole thing. And once in a while you get together. That's unbelievable. That's what I mean. Like not too much of a nudge, a little pole, a little siyum, a little. If somebody drops off, what do? You have a
kick him. You hit him with a pole.
Here it is. Beautiful. So I see you have one of those new Gemaras in there. A few people have the new Gemara. Or no, somebody has an MDY something all the way on the right. Over the years, we've been holding a few. So 900 daf. Mazel tov, Ezra. Mazel tov. Beautiful. Thank you to the whole team, especially legend and master editor Shimi Leibowitz, who is part of our group. Givaldik. And finally, Yochanan Klitnik. Moshe Mordechai Glidden spending time doing the daf with his father on a snowy Sunday morning before going out to play in the snow. Yochanan Klitnik, your Talmud since Tainas Daf Beis. I'm gonna save you guys from some of these emails. Official edition MDY Shas. The Masechta is sponsored by the Urani and Levi families. Perek, anonymous. Li'nishma Askimi Merosi L'Sheva. Basra Baruch Aleh Shalom. Ner Rishon the Chanukah Tavshin Peyah Alef. Finish most of the Surah Chai. Daf by Rabbi Yaakov Bleich in memory of my father Olav Shalom Rav Ruvain ben Rabbi Ephraim Fischel Bleich Zichron Baruch Niftach Chaf Heyav Tavshin Pei Hey. The Masechta is sponsored by David Solomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Mori, Reb Shmuel, Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Dov Zichron Baruch, Joel Gedalis, Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalis, anonymous as Baruch Nitzvi Gashmias. The Palchik family, Foundation Zichron Nishmas Rav Goy, Reb Shlomo Palchik, the Meshach Tzirili. This might be the last time, Rabbi said, I'm saying these sponsors here live. So Chaparain, enjoy. Anonymous Refor Shleimo Moshe Ben Izah. Anonymous for a complete Refor Shleimo and Arichas Yom to Leah Bas Esther. Yisrael and Malki. Tovli Torah Spichum Alfi Zav Chesed. We are so proud of you, Yaakov Mordechai. Keep steiging. Send the Gross and family, Canvey Island, UK, in honor of Rebelli, who changed my meaning of life. Plain Al Moini, Yossi, Mark, and Benny, and all the Oiskim Mitzorchem DY. Akash Baruch Shalom Scharam. Monthly sponsors: Ari Simon, Refor Shleimo Avi Meir, Baruch Ben Miriam, Jamie Azulai, Refor Shleimo Esther Bas Luna. Anonymous, the Refor Shleimo Naftali Herzben, Henya Leah, hidden inside in our generation. Anonymous in memory, Mazel Bat, Leah, Sanada, and Hiskia. Anonymous is Chus, a verdict that is good and open and revealed way for Yosef Mordechai and Bat Leah. Yehudas and Yehuda Lewis, as is Chus for everyone in need of the Shidduch. Amen. Anonymous for the merit of Michal, Ben Yisrael Yosef, success and blessings in all areas of life. Sprinting Allen Gross, Nishmat, Shlomo Zalman, Ben Yitzchak Isaac, Ben Yoman Isaac, Ben Tzvi, Hirsch HaKoy, Refor Shleimo Yonatan Eitan, Ben Besheva Bracha. What's this situation? He's home? He's home. Anonymous for the merit of Refor Shleimo from Malka Bas Chaya. Centers.com helping Yidden down B'tzibur with pop-up minyanim anywhere worldwide. Lishmas Chaim Shalom Ben Betzalo. I take a lot of credit in this Centers guy. He came to meet me in Park City last year. He came to be mechazik me, v'yotza mechuzuk. He said, I have this thing called Centers. I made an app. You can get a minyan everywhere. I said, stop with your minyan for a second. Do you do the daf? No. Kitzer, by the time he was done with me, he started doing the daf, and he hasn't missed a day ever since. And Centers, Baruch Hashem, Centers. We'll push Centers because he does the daf. Daily sponsors: Rafi Zurov. Leelish was our father, Dr. Arnold Zurov, a legendary Bal Chesed in Detroit. Avram Ben Shloim and Shalom Shadav and Aliyah. Shmai Sauber in honor of my chavrusa Azi Schreiber. Anonymous in honor of Lu Shapiro for being a good friend. What do you got? You got a gift for me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. In honor of Lu Shapiro for being a good friend, wishing you success. You came in with those glasses. I thought, something's going to explode here. I don't know. What have you had surgery in your eyes?
Yeah.
Well, it's good? Baruch Hashem. In honor of Lu Shapiro for being a good friend, wishing you success. Baruch Ni Uvagashmi. Yehuda Trustman in honor of our brave IDF fighting boldly to secure the remains of the last hostage. Tzvi and Sarah Korlin, Refor Shleimo Rivka Naomi, Basel Sheva Batyo. Chaim Revich. Shidduch for Sasson Ben Stella Esther, and success for Chaim Uri Ben Pesel. And the way art month. Yosef Ben Chai sorry for Manos Berevach, Refor Shleimo Yonatan Eitan Ben Besheva Bracha, Refor Shleimo Mordechai Ben Esther, Refor Sayel Daniel Zeh Ben Ayot Esther. That was a lot. So we're gonna have to cut it down a little bit. Remind me to say Shalom Aleichem to the guests soon. Rabbi Isai, 13 lines from the bottom of Tes Zayin on the Beis. These are some most gewaldige sugyas. As I mentioned, the Chevra, the Chassan, my brother's new son-in-law, Elio Bronstein, learned in Brisk, and so did his father, and so did his father, I'm not sure, his uncles for sure. And they all came to me and they was like, no, so how's the sugya? Mefagdim b'chatzi matir. I said, what are you talking about? He says, the guy learned in Brisk 30 years ago, one of the uncles 30 years ago, he says, this was the sugya. We handled the sugya for months. How do you explain it? I said, we know, we just go back, you know. And then I was with the chassid for a minute. He goes, are you holding a charifa? You holding a charifa bundisa? Where are you holding exactly? I said, yeah, that's tomorrow's daf, and this, the sum. Like, these are the sugyas that they learn in Bris. Very, very stark. Okay, so here we go. We're holding up Tavzayin on the base, new sugya. Hikter shumshum lechol shumshum. The lashon of the Gemara, shumshum in Hebrew it's called sumsum. Now, if you don't know what sumsum is, that means you've never been to Eretz Yisrael. It's literally on every product. If you buy pizza, there's sumsum on pizza. Why? Azai. It's free. I don't know. It's on everything. They put it in the soup. They put it in your tchina. They put it. What's going on here?
The brisket that first came in like the pizza.
I don't know. It's there. Anyways, it's the smallest. It's considered like the smallest fruit, vegetable item, food item. So we're talking about pigul. What's pigul? A person is bringing a mincha HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he thinks to himself that he's going to take, as he's doing the kmitza, as he puts it on the mizbeach, he says to himself, I am going to eat the shirayim, I'm going to eat the leftover, whether the leftover is dough or the leftover is flour. I'm going to eat this flour, the leftover, tomorrow. Now we know a mincha you can only eat today. A mincha is kachim, it's like a chatos, you can only eat it today. So if he thinks about tomorrow, it's already outside the permitted time. So that's pigul. And if you ate it right now, today, you'd get karas. Why? Because you already had that thought that you're going to eat it tomorrow. Now what happens if you break it down to nuclear, to atomic particles? Every single every sesame seed, you do a pigul on. You do one pigul and then you move to the next. Let's say, so the whole kmitza is 1,000 sesame seeds. So you do this 1,000 times, one sesame seed at a time, you do pigul. Do all the piguls of the sesame seeds that they combine to be one pigul. Take the shumshum lechol shumshum, achakala koimetz kula, until he finished the entire kmitza, 1,000 of them. Rav Chizah, Rav Nuna, Rav Sheshes, we have a three-way machlokes, we just don't know who says what. Chad omar pigul, it works, it's pigul. The chad omar pasul, one says it's not pigul, you don't get karas, but it's no good. It's pasul, you can't eat from it, it's no good. Put it on the side. The chad omar kosher, it's completely kosher. Leiba. So now we're going to do a very quick chazar of everything we learned yesterday and the day before. Man domar pigul kirmeir. Oh, so this is the chatzi matir. It's not chatzi matir. Check this out. In order to eat the shirayim, the leftover of the mincha, because you're going to take 3 fingers worth of the mincha. You're going to put your hand into the large bowl. What's going on with that screen? Interesting. Blinking out on me. You don't see that's blinking? It's flickering. Anyway.
That one's not. This is
Yours also is.
both of mine are flickering, but that one stays stationary.
Okay. That's what people see. What I see is what people are going to see later. Okay.
No, they don't.
They don't. He sees it. Okay. So anyway, we're talking about the shirayim is the large bowl. From the large bowl, you put your hand in there. The kohen puts his hand, goes like this, takes 3 fingers worth, puts it in a small bowl. There's also levayin on the top of the shirayim. Take that to the side, put it in another bowl. The 2 things on the top, the kmitza and the levayin, you have to put on the mizbeach. You cannot start eating from the large bowl, the shirayim. The kohanim get to eat the dough. They'll make donuts out of it, but they can only eat it after they put the kmitza on the mizbeach and the levayin on the mizbeach. So those 2 things are called matirim. They allow you to eat the shirayim. So now we have 2 matirim for 1 thing. So if you put 1 of the 2 on the mizbeach, that's not enough. That's a chatzi matir. It's only half. According to Remeir, you could do pigul on the shirayim with half of the matir. If you just thought about the kmitza, during the kmitza, you thought about the shirayim, you're going to eat the shirayim tomorrow, that's enough. That's pigul. According to Chachamim, you need both. You need to think that thought by, if you have 2 matirim, you have to think that thought that you're going to eat the shirayim tomorrow by both. So perhaps Remeir, who says that you don't need the whole thing, you can do a half a matir. So therefore he holds you could do one sesame seed at a time. One sesame seed at a time is 1,000th of a matter, and that's okay. Every 1,000th of a matter, it combines. You don't need the entire matter. Perhaps that's a machlokes. The Gemara says, no, maybe the exact opposite. We'll throw it, we could toss it around, we could make the svara work the other way. Rabbanon will argue in Meir, and they say you can't do a half a matter, you have to do the entire matter. You have to put both the kmitza and the levina on top of the mizbeach. So you would have to put all the shum together in one shot on the mizbeach. Kosher Kerebi. So Shitas Rebbe is beautiful. Once we have, we have a little bit of the. We have two on Shavuos. We bring 2 sheep and two breads. Those of you who saw the shir, you saw Avi Kamyansky doing tnufa to the sheep. You have to do tnufa with the 2 breads. You have to wave it, the whole thing. So Rebbe, we had a shiloh, Gishmak shiloh. What happens if, now in order to eat the breads, you have to shech, you have to be makdir both of the sheep. So sheep blue and sheep red, 1 and 2, they're both matirim for the bread. So we have 2 matirim again. It's another case of 2 matirim. And Rebbe says that if, while he's shechting sheep number 1, he thinks about a half a kazayis of one of the breads, he's going to eat one half of a shear, a half a kazayis of bread number 1 tomorrow. And as he's shechting sheep number 2, he's thinking to himself, he's going to eat from the bread another half a kazayis. So we have 2 problems going against us in this case. What are the 2 problems? First of all, each sheep is a half a matir. Second of all, and that according to Chachamim, half a matir doesn't work. Another problem is, Dave, turn around over there, look, maybe you can figure out with Gary later on. It just keeps on going off. Here, you see? Just went off. Okay. So, another problem is that he didn't even do a full shear. Each one he did a half a shear. Rebbe says it's so bad, this pigul, your mamish not on the level of doing pigul, so the entire thing is kosher v'yosher. It's mamish, you can eat it, it's not a problem, it's 0 pigul. So we have 3 shitas, like complete pigul, it's not complete doiraisa pigul where you get karas, it's just puzzle, or it's completely kosher. It's like mikatzel katza, and it's something in the middle. We have 3 shitas over here. It's a real problem? Is it a bayah on YouTube too? So Rabbi Schwartz is right. Don't worry. Okay. It just goes to show, like, 2 days ago I was giving a shir in the basement, the best, in the basement, nobody there, dark, 1 o'clock in the morning. Erev Tov Rabbi Isai, and this, and everything. I'm trying to get into it. 3-4 minutes in, Mark, like big letters, you gotta start over again. Didn't do YouTube, so annoying. Okay, Nachman. Okay, you ready? Yeah, now YouTube is working. Erev Tov Rabbi Isai, the whole thing. 3 minutes later, you gotta start over again. And he left it in. I don't know why. In the Hebrew thing, it's all 3. Anyway, so no, it's not just when you're on the road. It's even when you're. I told her I come to this marriage, just sit down, put the microphone on, and we go. Usually, there's always some issue. Okay, so we have 3 shitas here. It says Gemara Memai. Who told you? Dilma. You know what Rebbe Meir says? You can do a half a pigul on a half a matir. When you do kmitza, look, the kmitza is a full kmitza. There's a full shear over there. Okay, so you didn't do the levina, but you did a full shear in the kmitza. But over here, when he's doing sesame seed at sesame seed, each one is not a shear. So maybe even Rebbe Meir holds that it's not pigul. And who told you the Chachamim say it's possible? Over there, they said it's possible and not 100% pigul because the matir, look, the matir is levina and kmitza, and he only did it on the kmitza, he didn't do it on the levina. So Rabban say it's no good, it's not a good pigul. It's just possible. But over here he did the entire, all 1,000 sesame seeds. Eventually he got to every single one, and he did pigul in every single one. So maybe it's real pigul. Over there, in this case, when you have 2 sheep and you have 2 breads, So he did a little bit from each bread. He didn't do the whole bread. He didn't do the whole thing from the bread. But over here, where he did it from the same batch of kmitza, so that is a good pigul. Elo, says the Gemara, you're right. Man domar pigul d'reakol. If you hold that it's pigul, you're going to say it's pigul even according to Chachamim, and even according to Rebbe that says kosher, he's going to say over here pigul. Man domar pasul d'reakol. And when you say it's pasul, it means according to all three shittas. Rebbe is going to say it's pasul. Reb Meir is going to say it's pasul, that it's not pigul. Man domar kosher, and if you say that it's kosher over here by the sumsum, Divrei Akol, it means it's completely kosher, even according to Rameh that says Mefaglim Chatzi Matir. Over here he's going to say it's kosher. And the Gemara goes on to explain. I'll just tell you a quick story that happened to me in Mamish yesterday. I think we can learn a big Musar Haskell. I was at a Shever Brachas, that's what I was doing there. It was not such a large crowd. And after one of the speeches, not my speech, I spoke on Shabbos, this was on a weekday, one of the women started crying. See women gathering around her. Well, find out that she was very insulted by the speech. The speaker spoke about her and this and made fun of her barabim. And then she's sitting there and she's davening the tefillah of being embarrassed. What did she like? Give me schar for this and for that. She's mavuish barabim, so she's gonna. So I'm like, wait a minute. He did not embarrass. What are you talking about? There's no connection to you. He didn't even know you were sitting there. What are you hagging in China? And this other woman comes over, no, she's 100% right. He said it like this, like that. I said, you don't know what you're talking about. Ask anybody, ask the other men. These kids were asking other men. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Go to the speaker, and he's like, what? The joke was on that, and nothing this. Kids said, no, she didn't want to hear about it. But the next day, she came back, she rethought it, and then this other woman told me, she was like, last night, when you came to me and tried to explain to me that she was wrong and I was fighting with you that she was right, I thought you were 100% off and I'm 100% right. Today, I realized you're 100% on. Like it went from 100, not 90. She was 100% sure that she was insulted with Rav and that person. And I explained that. So what you see is, don't be super sensitive. Not every time are they meaning to embarrass you like this. V'chulu. But I'm just saying over here, they made the pshat is like this. Now we take the whole pshat, mamish on its head. Whoever said it's kosher, it's pasul. Whoever says it's pasul, it's kosher. Mamish like that. You could look at it different ways. First of all, 100% never works. There's no such thing as 100. But no, I thought it's an important lesson. Some like those who get insulted, it's not always black and white. The guy, I'm serious. That speaker had no idea she was even there, so he wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. Anyway. Oh, and then I realized what the problem was. Because she davened that tefillah, she really wanted to be insulted so the tefillah could work. And I kind of ruined it for her. She has to find another. Last night the guy said that we should find 10 Talmidei Chacham that get insulted and they could daven for you. If you give them money, you know what I'm saying? Zog the Gemara. Oh. Elo man domar pigul divrei akol. Why would you say again? What are we talking about? A guy did pigul 1,000 times in 1,000 small shiurim of sesame. If you hold it's pigul, we said this. What's the pshat? Oh, man domar pigul divrei akol kosova derech achila bekach v'derech haktar bekach. It's normal to eat one sesame at a time and to put it on his mizbeach one at a time. Uman domar pasul divrei akol kosova derech achila bekach. Yes, it is the way to eat. It's not the way to be maktir like that. So if it's not the way to be maktir, so it's not even pigul, just will make it possible. It's like you put it on, it's like a mincha that never went onto the mizbeach, so it's not pigul. Yes, you can put on a little bit at a time. It's not the way to eat. I was thinking, when I was a teenager, I had this whole thing with my mother, by the Shabbos Suda, so you know that you do the challah and the sesame's on the table. So I used to take a sesame and put it in my mouth, and she'd say, yo, it's not polite. You can't do that. If you get married, you're going to start going like this. What's your kala going to, this all, this is mamish the machlokes. Is the derech bekach or not the derech bekach? And I kind of win, because 2 out of 3 say it's the derech to eat it like that. 1 at a time. I don't know. Anyway, there's the famous Maisa. you could correct me. You guys know the Maisa with like Rabbi Yisrael Salanta or somebody that a Chashav Bacher came, schmoozing with him and learning. They asked the Bacher, "Is this Bacher going to amount to be a big gadol because he's like, look, he's so stark?" So he said, "No, he can't because he was eating like sesames in front of the other gedolim. Like it wasn't polite what he was doing. Like if you eat, okay, but the way he was eating, something about midas, his midas were off, but the midas were in the way he ate, right? Yeah. Something about eating small pieces or something." All right, Zokti Gemara, Amri. We have a video here. Look, I'm going to start getting on top of these videos. I'm going to just show it to you.
Good idea.
Yeah, good idea. This is the new guy. Close your eyes. Don't look at this. If anybody knows the connection to the sugya, please let me know. I think it has to do with derech achila. It's not the derech achila. Sometimes there's a derech achila, not derech. I think that's
you
what.
Must lose weight immediately. I am prescribing you weight loss pills.
Do not take more than 1 pill a day.
Maybe that's the derech achila. I'm serious. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Maybe the kids like it. Oh, nice thinking about Pigo is going to eat tomorrow. Something to do with shum shum. I don't know. It's above my pay grade. Okay, we're going to have a shtickle meeting. Amri Chariva de Pumbedisa. It's Gishmak. Chariva de Pumbedisa. Now, everybody knows, if you want to know who Chariva de Pumbedisa is, where do you go? Where do you find out who's Chariva de Pumbedisa? No. What?
That thing you do.
Yeah. The Rashi says, and then Yud Zayin. So here it is. Chariva de Pumbedisa is one of them. Eifa v'avimi b'nei Rechava. Who is Rabbi Seinu Shebavel? Rabbi Shmuel. You guys don't know. You got to do the game again. I'll call upon him. It says like this. Chariva de Pumbedisa. I'll just throw this out. I'm not explaining anything. I just saw a chiddush that I wasn't aware of yesterday. That there's a concept called katlanis, a woman who was married two times, 3 times. She killed 2 of her husbands. 2 of her husbands died. So you're not supposed to marry her. So they ask a question: if she has children, does it change her status of katlanis? Why? She killed her husband. So, but there is such a thing, and they bring a raya from here that actually, if she has children like Rechava, who was a katlanis, she really killed. She had 3 husbands. Since she had Eifa Navimi, they want to bring a raya from here that it's okay to get married once you have children. I didn't know there's such a thing. Anyway, Haktara, what?
Baya married. Baya married.
A katlanis.
He died.
Yeah.
Chuma? Was Chuma? We talking
No,
about
she. This one.
His wife's name is Chuma. So is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, no, he's right. He married.
Chuma was his wife. You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Chariva, say the Chariva de Pumbedisa. Those who argue will see this soon. Haktara mifageles haktara. That. Let's talk about haktara here. These are the 2 things on top are what you put on the mizbeach, the kmitza and the levina. So if I think during my kmitza that I want to be mefagel the levina, in other words, I'm thinking as I put the kmitza on the mizbeach, I'm thinking to myself, I am going to be makter the levina tomorrow. That's pigul for the levina because you can't put it on tomorrow. You have to put it on today. So that's considered pigul. They say you could go from one makter to the other. Oh, now it's against a lot of things that we learned. I understand your shilos. Haktar mefageles haktar says Rashi. Hikter koyim zamanas lakter levina. Lacher zman pigul. It's pigul. But we learned that one matter cannot be mefagel another one. That we learned by 2 sheep. You cannot have a thought of sheep 1 to sheep 2, from the blue to the red. But that's different. The Hasan Ikbu b'chadmana, he brings the Gemara that we're going to have in a minute or 2, in 5 minutes. Since over here is in one kli, the levina together with the kmitza was in one kli, so one could have an effect on the other, says Rashi. Typically speaking, Rabbanan say you can't have a thought from one matter to the other, from Kmitza to, let's say, Levaina. Over here is different. That's when, check it out, when you go from the Kmitza and you're thinking that you're going to eat the Shiraim tomorrow, you completely left the Levaina alone. The Levaina has nothing to do with anything. So that's a Chatzi Mater. Ulevaina b'milsakayim, and the Levaina is all by itself. But over here, you did one of these. You're thinking from Kmitza to Levaina, not from Kmitza to the Shirayim. So you actually thought about the Levaina. Now you involve both of the materium together in your thoughts. So they come up with a big chiddush and they say it's as if you had a thought in both. Let me prove it. Zakla. So he brings all 4 avodas over here. What are the 4 avodas of a mincha? You do kmitza, you put it into another kli, you walk the kli over to the mizbech, and then you put it on the mizbech. Zakla. Kolak koymetz v'noisim kli. That's putting in the kli. And bring it to the mizbech. And put it onto the mizbech. Here, like this. These are the 4 avodas that we have. Shchita kabbalah eloch izrigas. We have kmitza and it seems kli eloch haktara. You're going to eat the shirayim, or you're going to be makter the kmitza. Chutzim koimoi pasul. That's a typical outside of its place is pasul. Ve'im by cars, because chutzim koimoi never gets cars. Chutz is money, and if you had the thought of pigul, which is outside of its a lot of time, then it's pigul b'chayim all of cars. Now we put all 4 in one sentence, so we want to say that all 4 you did it the same way. So says the Gemara, "Ma'alav aktar dumi dahanoch." That the last one, the last avodah called Aktara is similar to Kmitza, let's say. Now think about it. Kmitza, there's no Levaina involved in Kmitza. Right? You're doing Kmitza just to the flour, just to the dough. Therefore, is there 1 matter or 2 matters by Kmitza? There's only 1 matter by Kmitza. There's no Levaina involved. So if your thought is to do Pigul by the Kmitza, it's a full Kmitza. It's a full Pigul. Why? Because there's only one. There's only 1 matir. There's no levaina. Where do you have 2 matirim? All the way at the end. By Aktara. The Gemara wanted to say Allah also. Okay, but by Aktara there's two matirim. So the Gemara, but look, you put all 4 in one sentence, so you have to compare all of them. Just like, let's say the first one or the first 2, first 3, you're thinking about Shirayim, and you're thinking about Lahaktir, the Aktar also. Afaktara, so the last one also, Bein Lach, Bein Lahaktir. So it's whether you're going to eat it or you're going to be Maktir the Levaina. Look, so you can go from the Kmitza to Levaina. You see, you can go from Kmitza to Levaina, you can think about, when you're putting the Kmitza on the Mizbech, you can also think about Levaina. Why? Because it's similar to the Kmitza, the first part, where while you're putting it on the Mizbeach, while you're doing the Kmitza, you're thinking about the Levaina, and it's good. It's a good pigul. Loi. No, not a raya. You're right, it's in the same sentence, but they're different. Hanach ben lecho ben lahakta, the first 3 are different. You can think about eating, you can think about haktara, but the last one, lecho li, lahakta loi, the last one is you can't be not like Charib Pumbadisa, you can go from one to the other. Oh, you have to stick to what you're doing. You have to be mfagel in both or whatever it is, but you need both. What? Yeah, it's just because it's in one sentence, you can't bring it right. Yosef Rabbi Menachos bar Gad Kamid Abayo. Rabbi Menachos is arguing. The Yosef Kol Amar Mishmei Rav Chisda. He said in the name of Rav Chisda. This I'm giving at least 50,000 points for somebody that remembers and didn't hear it last night. Who was one of Rav Chisda's Rabbeim that we just had in this Masechta? Said in the Masechta that it was his Rebbe. Rav Chisda's Rebbe. Now, once I tell you what the story was over there, then you'll say, oh, yeah. So I'll tell you the story. I see nobody knows. Huh? No. No. He smacked him. He smacked Rav Chisda because Rav Chisda forgot something learning. No. Avimi. You all get smacked because you don't remember this one. He smacked him because he didn't know, and then Avimi forgot the whole Masechtas Menachos, so he came to learn it by his Talmud Rav Chisda. Okay.
You smack him back?
Nope. Ein haktara mifagel haktara. You're wrong. Not you're wrong. It's not true what Charife Pumbedis said. You cannot think about while you're doing the Kmitza, you can't think about the Levaina. doing pigul. And even according to Rameh that says you could do pigul by half. That's only because it went from the kmitza to the shirayim. The klaimitz matter do because the kmitza happens to be what allows the shirayim to be eaten. One of the things that allows it to be eaten. Here, take a look at this. The kmitza allows the shirayim to be eaten. But what's the connection between these two? These two don't have a connection. The kmitza is not mater levina. Levina is mater the shirayim. The kmitza is mater the shirayim. There's no connection between the kmitza and the levina in terms of mater. The kohen is mater to do. The kohen is mater levina. Lematzim ifagabe. So Abaye tells, who was this? Rav Menachos. Ani Mari, you heard this from our master Mishmei the Rav. Tell me if you heard this. You heard it mamish from his mouth. Yes, I heard it. You can't go from the kohen to the levina. We're talking about the two sheep of Shavuos. Here, let's say this picture is better. You have two sheep, and he shechted one of the sheep to eat that sheep. Or let's do this one. He shechted the blue to eat the blue tomorrow. What's that? It's a half a matter. The blue is a half a matter, but it's its own matter. It allows itself to be eaten. When you shecht it and you put it on the mizbech, you could eat it. So while he shechted it, the blue, he thought to himself he's going to eat the blue tomorrow. So it's actually pigul. It works on the blue, but it doesn't work on the red. So his red friend is not pigul. What if he had thoughts about when he's shechting the blue, he's thinking about eating the red the next day? That's perfectly okay. There's no pigul at all. Why? My time it's our svara that we just said now, because sheep number one is not matter sheep number two. What do they come to be matter, Rabbi Isai? The bread's in the center over there, or themselves, but they're not coming to matter one another. Blue has nothing to do with red. Loi, that's not the reason. This is where Rashi got it from before. Over there, the two sheep are not in one kli. But over here, that the kohemet and the levina were in one vessel in the beginning, the large kli. Then that's why they have an effect one on the other. This is also one of the beautiful lashonis in Shas. I don't think it's anywhere else. I didn't really check, but I have a feeling it's like one of a kind. This thing, Rebbe Chanina, made me like taste it like in my bones. I love it so much. It's like worth like the entire shas.
Soaked it in.
Oh, soaked it in is a good lashon. I like soak it in much better. Ivla, it's like it got absorbed. Absorbed is the better lashon. Absorbed into my body in a good way. In English, is a bad lashon. That's not this. Like forced it down my throat, kind of thing. Like
He fed it to me. He said,
yeah, but I like this lashon better. Yeah, it's absorbed. Ivla, it's like became absorbed. Utkilali, and I love it like the whole shas. I was thinking, it could be what I'm saying is mamish 100% wrong. Badness. I thought like after the Shabbaton 2 weeks ago, I was like, this is the best Shabbos of my life. But then I thought about it, like the second Shabbaton, I said the same exact thing in the first Shabbat, like every Shabbaton. So I don't know, it's a stira. Like at that point, this is the best Shabbos of my life. That's the best Shabbos. Maybe the second one's better than the third. I don't know. Right now, this is the best pshat I ever heard in my life. It's like the whole shas for me. It could be yesterday also I heard something, not yesterday, maybe a month ago I also heard one of the most gewaldige pshatim, right? Sometimes this is my favorite story.
That's what he felt.
What?
He felt. You're feeling exactly what he felt.
That's what I'm saying. I'm explaining. I'm explaining. I was like it's not like literally, maybe it's not literally the number one thing in the whole shas. Right now it feels like that. Okay. Hikter koimetz lahakter levoina lechol shirayim lemachar. So something weird is going on here. He put two things together. He's putting the kmitza on the mizbeach in order to be makter the levina, which is pigul tomorrow, to eat the shirayim tomorrow. What is going on here? He put the kmitza on with two additional thoughts. To also put the levina at the wrong time, and also to eat the shirayim at the wrong time. That's pigul. Michael Mashwan, what's he trying to do here? If we're talking about our sugya, they can go from one to the other. You go from the kmitza to the levina. That's one of the things he said. I'm going to put the levina on the mizbeach tomorrow. And if that's considered pigul, so then why did he talk about shirayim? So erase the whole shirayim part, and I got the idea. The idea is I can go from one matter to the other, from kmitza to levina. That was chariva de pumbedisa. That's what they said. In other words, take out the whole sentence of shirayim. And if you want to tell me about Rib Meir, then what? You're going this way. You're going from the kmitza to the shirayim. You're thinking while you're doing the kmitza, I'm going to put the shirayim on the mizbeach tomorrow. So what's extra over here? The levina is extra. Why are you talking about the levina? To eat the shirayim tomorrow. What do I say? Whatever. Okay, that's another thing, if you could do that or not. That's another sugi we'll get to. Okay, eating the shirayim tomorrow. Just remove the whole levina part. Why are you sticking both things? Now, and if you want to tell me two chidushim, and you can go from one matter to the other matter, this was a shocker to me. I'm not a great Hebrew speaker, I'm not native. But I asked the Israelis last night, and they kind of also thought so. What does it mean when I read to you, and or? What does v mean? And. That's what an American would think, but not Rashi. Rashi says ve means or. In other words, stick in the vav, and if there's a vav, it would mean two separate halachas. If you're telling me two new halachas, that what I hold, mefagle mechatzi matter, and I also hold that I could go from one matter to the other matter. So say, that's going from one matter to the other. That's chariva d'mudisa. Ve and another halacha, lechol shirayim l'machar is I hold like Remeir. They could be mefagel b'chatzi matter. Yeah. The Israelis afterwards said, yeah, it's vav chibur, vav this. I don't know what. And diktuk, that's how you. Vav means or, not and. Okay. Shalom aleichem. What's your name?
Aaron Brownstein.
From where?
Baltimore.
Shalom aleichem. These guys related? Not related?
He's my son. We won Dove Harris's raffle last year.
Ooh, that was, remind me, to come to Eretz Yisrael?
Yeah.
So that's what you're here now?
Yeah.
Dove Harris, it's a good thing I said hello to you. Wow. Wow. Dove Harris, what's your name, Tzaddik?
Avram Silverman from Boston.
From Boston. Oh, Landsman, you sent me email stuff? No. Okay, and this guy's yours also? Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Ariel from Boston. Very nice. Anybody else as a guest want to say hello? Tani Palak. I said hello. He was there last night also. Tani, how you doing? Good. Where do you live? In Philadelphia or something? No. What's that? New Jersey. Okay. Anybody? Who? We have a new guest here. What's your name? Tell us your name.
Zevi Daniel.
And you come? You trying it out to see? Here. Ooh! I got to show you this video. Seriously. They worked very, very hard on it. Let's just listen. I don't know that's going to help the sugi at all. I don't know that it's funny at all. There's just a lot of work that went into it. So we'll give them the credit and then we're going to show it with them. Here we go. At the end especially, there's like a lot of detail. It's crazy.
Some people say Menachos is a mess. But Rav Hamnona says it's truly a bless. Hey Milalta Avelali, he cries with such heart. It equals the whole Talmud, that's the Chidush part. Now come the characters who think of tomorrow, bringing the mincha to a quick end of sorrow. Here's Mr. Comets with the solace in his hands. I'll burn this tomorrow, mood is what he plans. And here's Mrs. Leon, all fragrant and white. I'll burn it tomorrow. She thinks not quite right. Finally, Mr. Shirai meant for a treat. Thinks tomorrow's the day that I'm going to eat. The iron rule stands, it's case he doesn't mind time. He just picks up the pace to take the Shirayim for a walk or a ride to New York or Paris. He's rushing outside, leaving via Zaira. It's a problem, it's true, but hey, there's no car race. A comfort for you. Confused about time or the place in the sky. Be free, Komets and Shirayim wanna see with your eye. It's simple. Just open a screen, hit play, and Rabbi Eli Stefansky will show you the way. The characters, colors, and rules that are clean, and you'll see why a Menachos is so dear.
I don't think Reb Shmuley Bornstein is going to steal that video from me. Okay, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the jet lag, whatever. There's a lot of it's. Okay, Omer Valley Rava. You know what? This one came out better. You worked on it a lot. It came out better than the Hebrew one. Yeah, I'm asking. Omer Valley Rava. Listen to this, Rabbi said. This is unbelievable. Everything you thought is the opposite. It's not about mifagel mechatzi mater. It's not about one aktor from the other. It's the exact opposite. He holds that both of those things are not true. He doesn't hold like Remeir. He doesn't hold like just. This is why he loves it so much. When you combine it all together, then he agrees to it. So, since he said he's going to be makter the koimetz, to be makter the levaina, to eat the shirayim tomorrow, so he put it all together in one big pot, and that makes it pigul, even though typically speaking you don't say mefagim chatzi mater, and you can't go from one haktara, from one mater to the other. In this case, since he put it all in there, that's the big chiddush. It's like okay. If you're makter the kmitza to eat shirayim, and koimetz, by the way, is one of the two matirim. L'divrei hakol pigol, is that true? I did one of the matirim, it's a half a matir. According to everybody, it's a pigol. As a gemara of a miflik pligi, it's only Remeir that says the chatzi matir is okay. Eloema, l'divrei hakol pasul. Not okay. There's a problem here in the Brisa. It didn't really say pigul; it said pasul. So we have to change the words around. As the Gemara V'leima raise a pigul, verb meir. If you're already changing words, just say, you know what? It's not a divrei hakol. It's just according to one sheet called Remeir. He says no. Tana divrei hakol atznuye. One thing he remembers that he was told that it goes according to everybody. Pigul but pasul michlaflei. So sometimes the word pigul gets. I just remembered. I'm worried to get joke. It's you like it. What's his name? I keep on forgetting your name. Ezra Fried. Just glad for coming to visit me in Miami over there. Ezra, twice from Boca, wherever you are. But you probably know this joke. A Jew went over to a Chinese guy, gave him a slap in the face. He says, "Why are you slapping me?" He says, "Because of Pearl Harbor." He says, "Pearl Harbor? That's Japanese." He says, "Chinese, Japanese, all the same." Second later, the guy turns around to him, smacks him right in the face. To the Jew. The Jew says, "Why did you smack me?" He says, "Because you sunk the Titanic." He says, "I sunk the Titanic? The iceberg sunk the Titanic." He says, "Iceberg, Goldberg, what's the difference?" Same thing. Okay, so sometimes pigul, bepasul michlafle. You can get confused between those two words. Iceberg, Goldberg, pigul, pasul. Hareze b'divrei hakol loy michalafle. But to hear that it's according to everybody, and now you're going to go, it's just one person, that not. So this parak, I feel bad actually. I want to speak to Yossi. Somebody donated this parak in the Gemara, in the official Gemara. It's only 4 daf. This next person that donated the next parak, he got 20 something daf. It's actually called a koimetz rabba. It's the large koimetz. That was koimetz zuta. Says Gemara, we actually, I'm pretty sure we had this Mishnah, or at least in the Brisa. If you do the mincha to eat something, you're thinking in your mind to do pigul on something that's not the derech to eat. In other words, the kmitza goes on the mizbeach; it's not edible. The levaina goes on the mizbeach; it's not edible. Your thought while you're doing the mincha was to eat, to physically, as a human being, to eat the part of the mincha that's not edible. That's not pigul. Ula haktir dover shein dark la haktir. You're going to put the shirayim onto the mizbeach, and that's not something you do. The shirayim is something you eat. Kosher. That's not pigul. Rebbe Lezer poisel. Rebbe Lezer says no. That is considered. Well, at least it's possible. It's not kares. It's possible. Lechol dover shedarki lechol. Ula haktir dover shedarki la haktir. Pachs mikizayis. You did the right thought. You thought about eating the shirayim tomorrow, but only a half a kazayis, half a shir. Kosher. You need a full shir. Lechol kachatzi zayis ula haktir kachatzi zayis. Kosher. If you want to combine a half a zayis of aktara together with a half a kazayis of eating, in other words, you're thinking to yourself, you're going to eat a half a kazayis of the shirayim tomorrow, and you're also going to put a half a kazayis of the kmitza onto the mizbeach tomorrow. Those two half a zayis don't combine for one kazayis. Why? She'ein achil of aktara ben starfim. You can't combine the two. That we certainly had at least twice. Omer Rabasi, Omer Rabbi Yochanan. My time with Rabbi Eliezer. Why does Rabbi Eliezer say it's puzzle when you think about something that's not the derech to eat? You're going to do kmitza. You're going to do pigul on the kmitza, which is supposed to go on the mizbeach. You think to yourself you're going to eat it. Why does he say it's puzzle? Very interesting lashon. It's say vim yeochel. What's ha'achol yeochel? The pasuk is talking about two different things. There's two types of eating, as we discussed in the whole Zvachim, the whole Menachos. That there's eating and there's eating. When you spray blood on a mizbeach, that's eating. That's the eating of the mizbeach. The machshava ruins it when you think about the eating of the mizbeach. Just like you go from one food to the other food, from one mizbeach to the one achila mizbeach, from the kmitza to the aktara, from the kmitza one achila to the other achila. They're interchangeable. So says Rabbi Eliezer that you can go from a thought of eating a kmitza, even though the kmitza is supposed to be on the mizbeach. My time because the Torah should have said a lashon aktara, and the Torah used the lashon of achila. They take that word out. Rabbanan will argue. They say, you know why it says it in the lashon of eating instead of aktara? The lashon tells us two different chidushim, and though these chidushim we're going to have to see how Rebbe Lezer learns them. The lashon lashon achila mizbeach, lashon aktara mizbeach. It doesn't matter what lashon you're thinking about, whether you're talking about achila or aktara, it's still considered a pigul. Inami ma'achila b'kizayis, aktara b'kizayis. I need to tell you the shear. So just like achila usually is a kizayis, so too when you put it on the mizbeach, I know the shear is also kizayis. No, when it comes to eating, it has to be the derech to eat. You can't have a machshava of shloi kederech, of me eating a levaina, me eating a kmitza. Kmitza goes on the mizbeach. Rabbi Lezer, just let's finish this. How does Rabbi Lezer know? I'm saying before, not before the shir is over, before I do the sponsorship. Rabbi Lezer, how does he know these two halachas? Inamim yochel yochel. So double up the same word twice. Why? My ha'achol yochel, two different words. Shmas minotarti, the kizayis halacha, and then you can go from a person to mizbeach. Turning to the Daf, Adar Global, your one-stop shop for all your financial needs. Isaac Castle, in honor of all them, the white divers in South Florida, we shall all be zoicha. Matzliach Baruch Nisu Begashmi, synonymous in memory of Moshe ben Peretz, first yard side, Chav Zayin, Shvat. Omar Zer Lervasi. Be time to Rebbe Lezer Mishumachi, or if Rebbe Lezer is actually learning from a pasuk. It's a pasuk. What's your punishment if it's in a pasuk? Kars nam lechayev. You should get kars like every other pigul. B'chidei machinami, and if you say that according to Rebbe Lezer, he does get kars. Va'atu da'armes b'shmei Rebbe Yochanan, Mother Rebbe Eliezer. You yourself said that in the name of Rebbe Lezer. She'ein onish kars. Why doesn't he get kars? Amarle, you're right. According to one man, he actually does get kars according to in Rebbe Eliezer. It's just a machlokes tanoim in Rebbe Eliezer. Tanoia leave the Rebbe Eliezer. That what? Ikil man da'amar psula deraisa, ikil man da'amar psula derabanan. If according to one man da'amar in Rebbe Eliezer, it's the deraisa that you get kars. According to others, the rabbanan, the sani we learned. Hashoichet is hazevach lishtois midamar lemachar. This is like a derech. You don't drink the blood. So if you shecht a carbon in order to drink the blood tomorrow, which is for the mizbeach, or lahaktim of sar lemachar, the steaks that you're supposed to eat. He said he's going to throw it on the mizbeach. It's like kederach. Lechol meimurav lemachar, the imurim, the skirt steaks, the kidneys, the fats that go on the mizbeach. You're thinking to eat it. That's also shalei kederach, kosher. Rabbi Eliezer Paisel, and Rabbi Eliezer says it's possible. Now, lehaniach midam lemacher, just to leave the blood, not to do anything, not to drink it, just to leave it. Rabbi Yehuda Paisel. Remember, Rabbi Yehuda says possible. Omer Rabbi Eliezer Abazu Rabbi Eliezer Paisel v'chacham machshirim. Which we have to understand what Rabbi Eliezer is saying different than Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Eliezer Abazu Rabbi Eliezer Paisel v'chacham machshirim. Now says the Gemara, Rabbi Yehuda Aliba the man. Who's the Rabbi Yehuda going according to? Eli Aliba the Rabbanon. When you're drinking the blood, you say, I want to drink the blood. They say it's kosher. So certainly if he's just going to leave it, comes Rabbi Eliezer says, oh, this also Rabbi Eliezer says it's possible. Rabbi Eliezer, I know Rabbi Yehuda, so he's saying the same exact thing as Rabbi Yehuda. Ella says, so this is all we wanted. This is the Nikud over here. What the argument is, you're right. Rabbi Eliezer says it's possible. Do you get kares or not? To leave the blood over is just a psul, you don't get kares. What? But the other case of drinking the blood, that you get kares. Saying to yourself, you're going to drink the blood tomorrow. Both of them is just a psul and no kares. So you see, there is a machlokes whether or not Eliezer said it's kares. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.